Hey Nigerians, nobody said this was going to be easy. No, this is just the beginning of the work that you have to do. If you remember my last video, I mentioned that if Peter Obi turns out not to win this election, it was rigged. And we can see what's going on now. I'm not here to talk about the INEC because INEC is a cohort of the criminal cabal that wants to keep Nigerians enslaved forever. You know, this was this is what idiots like Dino Melaye was talking about when they said P2B is not going to win. It's he doesn't have structure. And idiots like what's his name? The Kaduna State governor that calls P2B a Nollywood actor, that he's only acting. This is, what gives them confidence is their criminal ways. And I've seen a lot of Nigerians asking the question, do you think we are stupid? Do you think we are foolish? You think we don't know what you're doing? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. They think you are stupid and foolish and will not be able to see anything through, that they will do this and get away with it. Yes, they actually think you are, because every time you've let them get away with everything. Remember SARS? What eventually happened? We were all excited that Nigerians are finally rising up to take back their country. What happened? I don't even know. When the thing finally fell off the radar, nobody talks about it again. And now this. I have seen some Nigerians crying on social media, tired and talking about leaving the country. This is not the time to cry. Okay, you can cry, but you have to take action, while you're crying, because Nigeria is the only country you got. And if you let these criminals continue to get away with their crimes, you will remain slaves. Can you imagine? Peter Obi clearly won the election, but they want to use intimidation to take your mandate away. Like I said, nobody said it was going to be easy. This is the time that your work, the second or the most important phase of your consciousness, awakening to the consciousness that you need to make that country better for your children. This is the second phase, the most important. You have cast your votes, okay? Nobody is going to say now, oh no, some people didn't vote or whatever. People went out there, including the Biafran agitators. They went out there to cast votes, and now we can see clearly where the problem is. Okay? So, like I said, I'm not here to talk about INEC because they are part and parcel of this criminal cabal that have held Nigeria in their necks for decades. These people are worse than Satan. They are worse than Satan. Satan is not as bad as these people. Okay? But these people are not stronger than you, Nigerians. These people are not more powerful than you. They are only few. They are using violence to scare you. At some point, you have to be ready for anything in order to survive. A lot of you Nigerians have taken their own lives because of frustration. Why not make it count? Why not make your life count? Why would you take your life out of frustration and not be willing to fight those that are frustrating you? It is time to stand up and fight to get your country back, to take back your mandate. These few idiots think you are stupid and foolish and think that they will get away with anything because they think you are lazy, you don't have the staying power to see anything through. You have to fight this fight. Orugo no mume, orugo no mume. In translation, it's more like the tire has made the road. It's time for the real work to begin. You remember Sri Lanka around July of last year, how they all trooped into the presidential palace to drive away their corrupt president. Nigerians, you have to be ready to do that now. Do not let any criminal get into Aso Rock. Do not let any criminal get into Aso Rock. You have to be ready to troop into Aso Rock to drive away every criminal element that gets in there. Because these people, they don't regard you for anything. They don't respect you. You are their employers, yet they treat you like slaves. They should be answering you. They should be calling you the people excellencies. But you people call these criminals and idiots excellencies. These people that kill you, you call them excellencies. So what the hell do you expect that they will do to you? When they do nothing for you, yet you worship them, call them revered names. What the hell do you expect that they will do to you? If you get intimidated and run into your little houses, to take comfort, you will suffer not only 8 years of more misery than you've seen in the last 8 years, but this will continue. Even if foreign observers are speaking out against what INEC is doing now, that's all they can do. All they can do is speak out. They are not coming to fight for you. You have to fight the fight. You have to be willing to sacrifice to anything to see change. Some people have to be willing to do whatever it takes to turn Nigeria around. If you cannot do that, then Nigeria will not exist. Nigeria will never function. And this miserable cabal in their old ages will continue to torment you. And as they are dying, they pass it on to their offsprings, who will continue to torment you. You have to see this through. Do not let them get their way. Do not let them get their way. Nigeria is the only country you have, and you have to do the work to turn it around. Every functioning country today fought the hard fight to be where they are today. You see what happened on January 6th after US 2020 election, when a corrupt former president encouraged his supporters to invade the US Congress. Most of those people are in jail today. That former president is still under investigation. Nigerians, you have to be willing to do what it takes to foster a functional country. So many people are suffering. 98% of Nigerians are suffering. I'm just throwing out a number there. But it's not far from the real numbers. While just a handful of people are benefiting and consuming the national treasure and growing in their stomachs while you bow down to them when they give you peanuts. If you say that you are not fools, that you are not fools that they are making you out to be, prove it. Prove it this time around. Show them this time around that you are not fools, that you have woken up. Take your mandate back. Do not let them rest. Do not let them rest. Let the army, if they want to use the army against you, if the army is foolish enough to stand with the criminals and not the people, then the army are also your enemies. You stand against them. Do whatever it takes to take that country back, because you have no other country. Believe me, I don't know if any Western world will want to take Nigeria refugees. Because honestly, they can see that Nigerian people are not serious enough to fight. They are not serious. They just give up. They cry, oh, I'm tired. I just want to jack back, and let these thieving criminals continue what they are doing. No Western country wants such liability. If you cannot fight till hell freezes over and even continue to fight on the ice, I don't think any Western country will take you serious. It is time to stand up and fight. Get on the streets. Mass protest. Stand in front of the army. Stand in front of their war vehicles. Occupy Aso Rock. Occupy National Assembly. Do whatever it takes to snatch your mandate back from the criminal enterprise